for some Grand Blue, Fluctuations, that kind of stuff.
Alright, so you're just starting out, right?
Yeah.
I think I might have some cards from good anyway.
Right.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, may as well. We're all trying to get cards from me, right?
Yep. I think I might need this kind of stuff.
Okay, I can probably trade those two. It's an SP Park that might be worth something. See if the white shirts. I might want your doubles. I'm trying to build Conqueror myself. I mean, I'm sort of fairly new, but I really like it. Actually, I saw Kyle playing in the show. I thought Dope was really good.
Yeah, fair enough. I can probably trade those.
I'd want the plus up, just because like if I get one, then it breaks up the set. And it's bad for you and me because I'm getting a set if you don't have it. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
So there's a dose. Oh, okay, the burnout. Do you mind if I take out what I want?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, perfect. We got a burnout. And we place some of those in there. There we go. What did you want to get?
Probably these cards.
So you want the Captain Nightness, Bloodmaster, Tyrannic Blade, the new Grand Blue Legion, and Thunderbird Dragon, right?
I think his name is Triangle, I guess.
That's Thunderbird.
Oh, yeah.
You really don't know your cards.
No, I don't.
Well, hopefully you can check them out if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Get my collar back on. Alright, so you're fine with this trade, right? 4 notes, and you can burn out for my Bloodmaster Tyrannic Blade. 2 Night Beasts, obviously the OG one. That's what you can run. Yeah. And I'll be lined up.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm good for this.
I'm good.
Alright. Hopefully you have a good time in your guys' future.
You too.
Hey man, how's it going?
Not bad, you?
Good. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I just traded for some cards that I needed. Traded
Okay.
some Draconical Blue at the ends, I think.
Yeah, so let me see what you got. What did you say you traded again?
I think they were called Draconical Blue at the end.
Oh, so Dotes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you traded what, like 1 for all this stuff?
I think it was the playset.
You traded a playset for all this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. You've gotten seriously ripped off.
Really? How much are they worth?
This stuff, I can go downstairs right now, pick up each card for less than 25 cents. The Dragonic Overlord at the ends, they're about 40 a piece right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Looks like you've really gotten mad. It's pretty disgusting. I mean, some players have no shame. Yeah, sorry, man.
Well, hey there.
Oh, what's up?
So my friend told me that these things aren't actually worth as much as I thought.
They're not?
Yeah.
I swear that they're worth the value I gave you.
Apparently, those things are like actually like super expensive, and these are not. Now I'm kind of new to the game. Do you mind if you just trade that?
Well, I mean, I need these cards for my deck, and these cards are worth what the Dotes are worth, to be fair.
That's apparently not true. Those are apparently worth like 40. These are not even $40.
These are 40? Who's hundred is 40?
I'm not totally sure, but that's apparently how it is.
Because like these, I know that a lot of my friends use them.
I don't think it's about use. I think it's about just how much they're worth. You know? If they're not that expensive, you know, it's...
Well, I can't exactly trade back. I mean, the trade is done. I mean, I have the Dotes. I need them.
Come on, man.
You have the cards you needed.
So freaking ridiculous. You're for real?
What? I need my Dotes.
Is it for real?
Well, that escalated quickly. Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You may recognize me from such films as Double Crit for Game, 6 Damage Heal, no problem, and my personal favorite, would you like some salt with that? Today we'll be going over the ins and outs of ripping people off when trading.
Updated. Was it good? Alright. So, hey guys, this is Agent from No Card. As you can see, I don't have the Baz with me because unfortunately he is sick. So we have
212 makes an appearance again.
So we found someone with a similar body type, and
He's a poor substitute.
Yeah, we're gonna have Monarch in here, but
He doesn't believe in the topic.
he doesn't believe in this particular topic the way we're presenting it to you.
I mean, I can't deny it. I kind of have my issues with this too.
I know,
At the
but
same
so,
time,
for those watching this video, this is not on our channel. This is on Team Gradelock's channel. We're doing a channel swap, and the topic at hand right now is ethics in trading. And whether ripping people off is good or bad, and Levi's looking at me for mine. And a lot of people want to take the moralistic good side, saying ripping off people is bad because you're not being truthful with your trade. This happens a lot when I try to explain this to other people. Specifically people who do not play card games.
No truth.
Because then they say, you're ripping somebody off, Adam. You're doing something very bad. Oops, I didn't use my screen then. Agent.
How many times has this been, people?
Who cares? You're gonna post it on the Facebook group using your Facebook.
Anyway, so Team Gradelock, they're gonna have a video on our channel, and they're doing why it's bad. We have
why
to,
it's good, or why it's
Bad.
yeah.
We're doing why it's good.
so they're doing why it's bad. We're doing why it's good.
Acceptable.
It's not necessarily, there we go, acceptable.
Not even good,
That's a
just
very-
acceptable.
It's a very good word. And that's the purpose of this. We want to sort of create a discussion around it and try and establish, not a firm set of rules.
Try and
but-
establish a point of view for the acceptable.
Play devil's advocate. As Adrian was saying.
Yeah, we want to establish a good point of view that saying isn't necessarily bad, and not honestly, it's not really our fault. It's a byproduct. Yeah, so the first
fault of the
argument for it not being bad, we actually have to get you in here for that. We
To be fair, it was more like 2 minutes before.
were like 10
20 seconds is kind of
The
terrible.
first thing is that it's their card. We should have cards for this.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. It's their card and it's their value.
No problem.
2 and 2 will hopefully get out cards that have different values than like ranging from a wide.
Oh yeah,
way.
that'll be different, all right.
I got a comment. I got a
So
special
we're
rare.
gonna wait for him to get the cards so I can give you guys a visual example, which will be a lot more than me just talking.
I've never seen a card fight Vanguard card ever before.
Now's your chance. So
That one I don't give a fuck. You can use that one.
okay.
Get a blaster blade, get a thing. So
We have 2 cards. Sorry, we're gonna have 3 cards right here. We don't. Okay, we're gonna use the play mat as well. So I'm gonna use this example. So if you guys can see, we have a Thing Saver Dragon and an Alfred X-Ray. And say if you are a person who doesn't know the value of these cards, you don't regularly check your you're considered a not good person in the community. And you value your X-Ray at 5. Sorry, I value my X at 5. And yeah, you value your X at, sorry, you value your Thing Saver at 5. I'm screwing this up. You have a good card. I have an X. I know as a person that my X is worth a hell of a lot less than your Thing Saver. But we both want these cards. But I mainly just want your Thing Saver because, well, frankly, it's just worth more than 1 bucks. So it's not my responsibility to know the value of your card. It's your value for your card. You value it at what you believe it's valued. So if you value Thing Saver at 5, and my exit just happens to be 5, then why can't I do a trade? I now have my Thing Saver, and that's what you valued it at. So that's technically not my fault. Another example is with Prominence Glare. This card has actually been fluctuating a lot recently, so it's a great card to do an example. When it came out, it was 30, went down to 15, now it's back up to 35. This is worth more than the Thing Saver. So if I just traded my Exiv for a Thing Saver, and somebody has a Glare, and they value their Glare at 20, and my Thing Saver's 20, why can't I then trade my Thing Saver for the Glare? Because it's still your value on your card. For those who don't realize, I just traded essentially an Exiv for a Glare.
Which is like a $20 profit. $30 profit.
20 to 30, it's 25 to 30, because this is 30, 35.
Actually, it was like 8. It's not fun.
I know, but
It's not that shitty of a card, dude.
why should I have to get values on your cards? If they're your cards, you should be responsible for it, not me.
All right, we should
See,
push
I think in this case though, it's not so much. You're not really ripping people off. It's a straight across trade,
Yeah.
and one of the people is just misinformed as far as values is concerned. As Agent said, it's not your job when you're trading with someone else to know the value of their card. I often just ask people their values when I'm looking through their binder.
Yeah.
It's your job to know what your cards are worth or what you want to get for each of your cards. And it's your cards, in bold, your cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you value them too low and you haven't checked updated values and you get ripped off and you realize that later, it's not the guy's fault that you traded with.
This transitions into another topic, which is why should I help you? Why should I do an equal trade with you when it's possible for me to make it a very large plus?
So this goes into vendors. It's actually funny because Team Gradelock, that's what we do here on our channel, they spoke with a vendor, and vendors, their whole point in any game, whether it's Vanguard, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, or even with games, when they're doing trade-ins, like video games, their whole point is to profit. I'm not saying that us three are vendors, or even Baz or Monarch, none of us are vendors. We're all just regular players who want to get the most value out of our money.
So there is some of that same thing that vendors have. Plus the most, so that you ultimately spend the least on building your decks and making your binder. Yeah. So, yeah.
And one of the arguments that 2 and 2 brought up was, why help you when I can help myself? A lot of people would view this as selfish, but again,
Getting ahead.
if I don't know who you are, I'm trying to get cards that I need. If I'm trying to get a Glare, but I need to trade an Exo for it, then I'm not going to help you by saying, my X is only $8, but your Glare's $35. I'm not going to tell you that your Glare's $35.
See, again, this is very closely related to the first point.
It's all related to the
It's your job. It's your job to know your values.
Yeah.
And if I can build my deck for a lot cheaper because you don't know your values, then I don't consider that really scumming you out. It's ultimately your fault. So
I know it sounds like we're pinning the blame on people for us being morally bad or committing something that's an immoral act, but again,
I don't consider it moral acts. I think if you're going to be in a community that is a competitive community, is a community that's dealing with pieces of cardboard that are worth money, and you're trading those pieces of cardboard with other people, then
There's a thing about card games and the difference between card games in real life and real money. Cards are pretty. You know how much money it costs to make a Thing Saver or Alfred or one of these rares or one of these commons? It's probably not that big of a difference. Bushiroad or Konami or any card making game doesn't value the cards themselves. They don't tell the vendors or the stores, if you get this card in and you buy it in your thing, you have to sell it at this price. It's the player base. So if you're willing to pay money for a shiny piece of cardboard, then it's up to you to know how much money you should be spending on that shiny piece of cardboard.
it also relates back to vendors. Vendors, they have to consistently, all the time, keep up with the price fluctuations of cards, even if it's a common. Especially in other card games.
Commons aren't that much of a thing.
In Vanguard,
In Vanguard it doesn't matter. In Yu-Gi-Oh it doesn't matter because sometimes commons can spike at random times. But in Vanguard it doesn't matter because all commons and rares in Vanguard, and even some double rares, they don't fluctuate in price at all. Unless there's a huge spike in
sometimes they do
interest.
stuff like Marvel. Yeah, that can be like a couple bucks. If you're a vendor with both.
there are a few commons that did actually go up. Marvel went up, Cap Butler went up, Dark Knight of Nightmare Life went up. The Great Nature Heal Trigger went up.
Spike Brothers.
Spike Brothers stuff went up. And the only reason why these went up is because they're from older sets and they're all out of print.
Exactly.
And it's
But that's the exception to the rule that proves the rule.
But the thing is, though, Clint does have a point.
You cannot compare
it's not
cards
much.
to money. Cards to money is not what you were worse than what they were doing.
Yeah, but cards to money is not, in theory, an equal value. Because this piece of cardboard,
What are you niggas up to?
no matter what, exponentially, it will go down. Because there will always be something that will come out better. And if it's always going to go down, then in theory you should just never play card games because you're always going to lose money.
You're generally going to lose money in card games. I mean, unless you're constantly like moving your stuff around. And the problem is with card games too, as I'm sure many of you know, you can have stuff in your binder that suddenly just becomes worth nothing. And it may have been worth something at one point when you had it. Yeah, with Dauntlesses, I had quite a few Dauntlesses. But the problem was
They dropped fast.
They drop fast, and if you're only limited to trading within your local community, once everybody has built what they want to build, then they have no reason to get anything off it that they don't need. So
Also, it's a big problem in Vanguard because the Vanguard communities aren't that big, but in Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, those communities are pretty large because those people realize that there's value moving around a lot more.
Yeah.
So look at Thingsaver and Alfred. Those cards are both about like Alfred was about 20 on release and Thingsaver was about 35.
This is more 15 on release.
This was about 20.
I think it was around 15 actually.
15, 20, but usually you can try.
You can
the
try
real high
to
price
get
is
more,
20.
You can try and get it for 20.
Yeah. So basically, $15 difference. This only lost 10. This lost about 15, 20. So in Vanguard especially, your cards will lose value a lot faster than in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh cards retain value until about ban of the season, which is like every 3-4 months.
I don't know. I think that there are flaws in that logic because I know in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not just the ban list. It's like they get reprints and stuff too.
There's reprints.
The reprints happen a lot.
As set comes out, that's something that makes a new deck better.
I don't know though, but the thing is, like, I think that they just like. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a while, but I think that they just basically went out of control. I mean, there was a time where you could have like the foil versions of cards, like from Turbo Pack or CP or whatever, and those cards were pretty safe as far as value is concerned.
Those kinds of cards are still really safe in the
Yeah,
because
safe
if you get them in Champion Pack or from Turbo Pack or from now, which is Astro Pack, those cards, the high rarity reprints, those will be more expensive than the original high rarity. So Secret
No,
Tutor
I
Guide is
know,
not.
but the problem is. In a game like Yu-Gi-Oh, they just basically they knew people were into high rarities, so they just started making sets that were entirely based around that concept. So I'm just saying that stuff like CP, Turbo Pack, it might have held value, but if someone was going to like buy it or trade for it before, they may not now because there are foil versions available for a lot
And
cheaper.
if they're going to trade for it while it's at high value, they may as well try and get it for the lowest possible price. For example, say if we've already done these examples, but related to somebody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, say if you were trying to trade for a CP morphing jar, which is
UCP. What's that?
sorry, okay, CP Pokemon, which coincidentally Q actually has one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And I believe they're worth 100, 120.
They fluctuate. They tend to fluctuate between like 100 and 150.
So say if you're trying to trade for a CP Pokemon, and you know that it's like $150 and its value is not going to go down, you're obviously going to try and want to get it for a lower price, which is what vendors do. And which is what the main basis of this argument is, because if I want to get Q's Book of Moon, and I know that he really he holds it high in his collection, but if for some reason he forgets the value and he says 5, I can just give him a 5, and then I get that card.
I thought that was a common.
No, I know.
It's all common, super.
Actually,
He was joking. He didn't need it.
Juniper gives me Fairy
Uh,
Garden, Spirit Link,
Q actually gave a good analogy. I said that when you rip somebody off, they learn from it because they know it's not going to rip off again. The analogy that we came up with is with a stove. If the stove is on and the burner's on and you're cooking something, or the pot's off and the burner's still on because you need to cook something else and you're not quite ready, if you put your hand on the stove and burn yourself, it's pretty damn hot and you probably won't do it again. So if you, unless you're,
I guess that logic doesn't work there.
That or you just enjoy hurting yourself.
Yeah,
or you're
masochist.
a masochist
Yeah.
and you enjoy hurting yourself.
But we're going to pretend that those
We're going to pretend that those
anomalies
are
don't exist.
out of the question, and we are all socially normal people. So
Normal by social standards.
it's the same thing. Doesn't matter. So if you get ripped off in a trade, so if I traded in my Exif for Q's Thingsaver, and I have the Thingsaver, and then if he realizes that he got ripped off, he's going to be more up to date on his values. He's going to be more cautious on trading. He's going to make sure he knows his values, what goes up, what goes down, and what cards will eventually retain value.
And in all fairness, we may sound like we're on like the bad side of the argument here. Like you may even be someone that's been ripped off recently or whatever, and you might get mad at us, which is perfectly fine.
You should.
But I know I, for one, definitely when I was getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, like, and I was attending locals more and more, I know I got ripped off quite a few times because you really do have to be on top of your values.
There's actually a funny story that I remember, and it involves a man right to my left. I remember when I had first started out Yu-Gi-Oh, And this was just around the time when Solemn Warning had come out. But the ban list had come out as well, and Solemn Warning got put to 2. But at the time of this, they stopped printing Duelist Revolution, so Solemn Warning went up, doubled in value from 40 to 80. I didn't realize this. I'm pretty sure I gave you a Solemn Warning for a Scrap Dragon.
Maybe.
But the point is, I gave him a card that was $80 for a card that was $20 because I didn't realize that the prices had fluctuated. That Scrap Dragon dropped and Solemn Warning went up, and that was my own fault. I'm not blaming anybody else for that because it's my responsibility to know the value of my card. So you basically have to really pay attention, and I learned from that. I learned that I need to keep up with my values, that I can't just willy-nilly trade a card. If something big happens, like they stop printing a set, a ban list comes out, a new set comes out, or a restriction list as in with Vanguard comes out, or something tops an event, I know that that card is probably going to go up higher.
Something else too that people have to be aware of is something I have definitely seen quite a few times is sometimes people will be really hyped up about something. It doesn't necessarily need to be new.
Best example right now, Dote.
Yeah,
And then for Yu-Gi-Oh, the Necros stuff.
Dote's fair, but like even stuff that isn't like meta, like say you're finishing a deck and you really want a specific card or something, or a specific rarity or something, and you see one in someone's binder. Don't overtrade just because you want something very much. Like, you're better off just waiting and saving your money, because you're eventually going to find it. I mean, the card game community, Vanguard's not necessarily as big as Magic, but you're eventually going to find it. You can always go online, too. If you have a credit card, you can buy it on eBay.
Yeah, or if you have, like, the Visa debit combination. I also have an argument here that says, like, sometimes, in theory, values are irrelevant. Because, like you said, if you want to get the card you want, in theory, you could rip yourself off to get it, which a lot of people actually do. If they really want the card and they are very impatient and they can't find it anywhere else
I know somebody like this.
because they've tried to get it, then they're going to rip themselves off. Like, if I have been trying to find this common draw sugar, I don't know why. Say this is a marble, and I've been trying to find this forever, and I have a thing saver, and I know I'll never move a thing saver. This is a bad argument because thing saver actually works. Let's say if this isn't a... Say if I'm stupid and I'm just playing Exiv and Wingle, but I don't need the thing saver. But I just need this last card to finish my deck. If I really wanted to, I could trade that thing saver.
Basically, the lesson is don't let your heart lead you.
Very happy.
Don't let your heart lead you. You always have to be considering like values and everything, because sure, I mean like maybe one deal where you overtraded slightly is not going to be a big deal. But if you make it a habit, then you're going to go a lot more minus than someone who's actually thinking when they're trading.
I know there are a few trades that I do where I overtrade by like $2 or $3 in value, but that's fine because I don't mind it, especially because I have a job, which really helps out. Doesn't mean that I'm going to neg myself all the time. You shouldn't.
Basically, what this is equating to is you should be like me. I've been building fucking Kagero, what is it, Perditions now
If you
for
want
about
to
3 months.
If you want to build a deck and you don't want to build it straight away, and like for example 2-1-2, he built Seekers and he knew he was going to build it, so I helped him build the deck. I got him Thing Savers and other stuff.
I also told him, if you're going to get Thing Savers, if you're getting them for more than 25, I don't want them from you.
Yeah, and then he said that he also wanted to build Perditions, but he told people that he's going to build it extremely slowly. He's not going to spend $300 in a deck and get a bunch of Legionnaires like I do.
The other thing is, I also told him, if you value your shit more than I think that's going to end up being, because this is Vanguard and things will drop eventually, a lot faster than they will in Yu-Gi-Oh! I told him, I'll give you 25 for your doges. It's called doges, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you 25 for your doges, but I won't give you more than that.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
Exactly.
There's also one more argument.
I also refused to get newts because people kept thinking that newts would be like 20. Sorry for interrupting you. But I knew that newts, especially, were going to drop a lot faster than the doges, and so I didn't even ask people for newts because they were going to just trade them to other people, because I knew they were going to be able to get rid of them.
There's one more argument that I have left, and it's kind of a theoretical concept, but no. It basically says that if you don't know the value of your card and you do what you think is a fair trade, then in theory you're not getting ripped off. Again, we're going to go back to the Exiv and Thing Saver argument, which is you should know the value of your own damn card. Your Exiv is $5. Sorry. My Exiv is $5, your Thing Saver is $20, and you value your Thing Saver at $5, I value my Exiv at $5. Since I give you my Exiv for the Thing Saver, to you, you're getting a completely fair trade because to you, they're both worth $5. And at that point in time, you're not getting ripped off in your eyes because you thought the card's value was 5, and you believe that's the value, and it's actual value. And in reality, you're wrong, but you're not getting ripped off because you're valuing both cards at the same price.
Basically, you're getting ripped off, but because you don't know values, because it's your own fault for not knowing your values, you are getting ripped off. But to you, until you find out the real value for the card you traded away, you're perfectly fine. Only after the fact you will get mad.
The thing is, though, I know that the flip side of this argument is going to have like some type of logic. Like, if you rip off too many people, these are people that could potentially have become regular players in the game or whatever. But the thing is,
once they become regular players, they'll have done it themselves a couple times, and then they won't even care.
yeah, I think
It goes back to what we said earlier. You learn from your mistakes.
I think that you don't want to cultivate an ignorant player base.
Yes.
Like, you want people to become like enlightened as to the way
Obviously,
the card market works.
The card market.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people need to probably get ripped off at least once, unless like they're very savvy, to really understand how trading works.
Yeah, I know that with Q, you obviously don't want to create a community where everybody is trying to rip off everybody at the same time, which ironically that happens at regionals for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because
It happens at any big event, even for Vanguard.
at any big event, everybody's trying to get the most value for the card. Everybody's trying to trade an extra for a thing saver. And not everybody can do it. You just have to be one of those lucky people that can. And that's one of the arguments against us, that by ripping people off constantly, then you're going to create that. And that is a chain reaction argument, which can fail a lot, because once your chain reaction is broken, then it has to start all over again. And I think that is about it.
I think so.
So, I actually don't know how long this video is because I can't see behind the camera.
I'd imagine it was reasonably long.
15 minutes.
It's reasonably long. We probably don't know how much it is. So, anyway, if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video and you somehow skipped ahead and you just wanted to get to the meat of the
It's
video.
not a box opening, so I don't see why you would have skipped ahead.
Yeah. Dude, why do I forget the ending to this?
I'm trying to restate something from the beginning.
Yeah. Just go over what we wrote without giving the same stuff.
No, not this, not this. It's... How can I...
What, your catchphrase?
No. Oh, right. This was done in collaboration with Team Gradelock. This is a video on their channel. They will have a video on our channel. And hopefully, when they upload this video, they will be nice enough to actually put the link of their video in this video, and vice versa.
Well, that makes sense.
I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah. And they should probably post it in the description below. And anyway. If you guys enjoyed this portion, if you enjoyed the part that said why ripping people off is bad, sorry, why ripping people off isn't so bad, if you enjoyed it, you guys should probably go check out their video, because they're doing a different part, which is a completely different view. It's a flip side saying you shouldn't rip people off in card games, and they should have some very, very good arguments and good ideas, because they talk to vendors, they talk to their players, and they don't have to play devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate.
Thank you. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All of TNG, most of TNG is in here.
How am I dead?
He's not even part of TNG.
He's not.
I have a handle though. Well,
Everybody has a handle that's not even on TNG, man. Come on.
This thing's
Talk
not
to me
dead.
doesn't have a
It's
handle,
alive.
and he's on more videos than like half your team, dude.
Anyway, usually in TNG videos we have a tangent. So, this is our tangent. So if you enjoyed the video, thumbs it up, whatever you want to do.
Be sure
And
to like the video. Subscribe to this channel
I'm going to get up so I can turn off the camera.
or our channel or their channel.
Q can see the ending this time.
I don't even remember it.
SPs are hard. Words are sexy.
Hard.
Words are sexy.
As you
SPs
can
are-
see,
SPs are sexy.
clearly knows what he's
words
talking
are
about.
hard, and
SPs are hard.
Later
Hardboard
days.
is very,
So-
is a very rough
yeah,
substance.
SPs are sexy, words are hard, and later days. See you guys.
Hey man, how's it going?
Not bad, you?
Good. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I just traded some for sir. The blooper reel will be enormous.
okay, cut.
Restart. Now,
Alright, let's go.
hey man, how's it going?
Not
I
bad.
haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I'm going pretty good.
Yeah, I just I traded for some cards I need. I traded, I think, 4 notes.
Oh, that's cool. Let me see what you got.
Come on! Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from some...
That works as a blooper, I guess.
Hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Double Crit. Oh fuck.
Another blooper.
It's Double Crit. Hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Double Crit for Game.
Is that a question?
Wow.
Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You may recognize me from such films such as Double Crit for Game, 6 Damage Shield, no problem, and my personal favorite.
Guy behind the table.
Oh my god.
Hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Gradelock, Just Cheat. SPs, fuck that. I mean, damn it! Hi there. I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Gradelock, Just Cheat. Double R's, fuck that. SPs are sexy. And my personal favorite. I forgot. Hi there, I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Gradelock, Just Cheat, Double R's, fuck that man, SPs are sexy, and my personal favorite, How to Scum Your Best Friend in a Trade.
Okay, I'm just gonna restart. You guys are trying to put it in the bloopers.
Are you okay, Adam?
Turn it off. Hey guys, I'm Troy McClure. You may recognize me from such films as Double Crit for Game, 6 Damage Shield, no problem, are my personal favorite. Would you like some salt with that?
Hi there, I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as Gradelock, Easy, Just Cheat, Double R's, fuck that. SPs are sexy. And my personal favorite...
Line.
Oh, it's
Scumming
It's recording.
God damn it.
Hey guys,
Asian
Asian and Q here.
From Team Noga. You can tell we're very coordinated here.
Yeah, this is probably what, the 5th take or something?
I think so. Yeah, anyway, we hope you actually enjoyed the discussion video. That was the main purpose of this. And
It was really after the fact we decided to add in a little skit at the beginning.
we just get at the beginning. We
Obviously dramatized, but sadly that sort of thing has gone down before.
I have to admit that both of us have done it a lot. Not a lot,
Yeah.
but we did it a fair amount. And
I think that if your moral compass doesn't necessarily always point in the right direction,
it happens.
there's a chance you've probably done it if you've been in this game for a while and you trade.
Granted, the gap probably wasn't that big between 4 codes
Yeah.
and a bunch of crummy double rares, but there's probably at least like a $5 or $10 gap that somebody has done to you or you've done to somebody that you may not have wanted to admit because of your moral obligations to friends or family or I don't know.
And this is not even really a summary, it's more of more adding to the video time
It's
thing.
more adding to the video, hoping you guys actually enjoyed it. And the blooper reels too. We actually decided to see those afterward, and he did a very good job of it. I, on the other hand, I completely forgot everything I was going to say. Also, completely disregard that voice that I did. That will likely never be done ever again.
Never disregard it. Always comment on it.
Anyway, since this is on
Every
team,
comment from now on, I want someone like making the comment referring to that voice.
Anyway, since this is on Team Gradelock's channel, we hope that you guys will subscribe to our channel, and they'll have the link below, and you guys will get to see our actual content as opposed to our discussion videos, so match videos, deck profiles.
And we should have more of these kind of comedic type videos coming up, like
Eventually,
vines
we do
and
plan to
whatnot.
have vines
Yeah.
and all that, so hopefully
We have been planning to do that for a while. This is really the first of the
Yeah.
Then he
So
just
stay tuned for that. And if you guys haven't watched our channel, remember that SPs are sexy, words are hard, LRs